Whenever people talk about Bill Gates, they talk about how talented and hardworking he is, and there's no denying that fact. But the other part of his life is never told to the people. That even if a person was at the same level of intelligence and talent as Bill Gates, he would not have achieved what Bill Gates has. Here are some unwrapped truths about the man who has been a billionaire for over 20 years in a row. First up, the Trafo data. The current owner of Microsoft, Paul Allen, met Bill Gates in high school in the year 1972. With keeping their interest in both technology and business, they both planned to start a business. They thought of developing a mini computer to track the flow of traffic on roads and sell it to the traffic department. Though it may sound incredibly boring, it could be a very useful asset for the cities wanting to know where to place new traffic signals or stop signs or make road altercations and repairs. Bill decided to name it the Trafo data. Both of them had been a working prototype for 2 years and $1,500 later. Though they worked hard on it, this business did not turn out to be very successful. Next up, arrested in New Mexico. Bill Gates does not seem like a guy who can be arrested or with a rap sheet, but looks can be deceiving. In 1977, Gates was arrested in New Mexico, even though his exact crime was not recorded. It was just a traffic violation, and since the authorities did not record what specifically led to his arrest, the details of Bill's small-time criminal act have seemingly been lost time. Later on, he was bailed out by Paul Allen himself. Next up, Microsoft begins. Bill Gates and Paul Allen had a very long history of working together. After the Trafo data failure, the two did not give up and kept working feverishly to create the software needed for the upcoming computer world. According to The Guardian, it was Allen who came up with the name Microsoft for their new software. Gates highly respected Allen. Allen, who was a senior to Gates, moved to Boston and started working with a company called Honeywell Corporation after he was bored attending university classes. He offered Bill to start working with him at Honeywell and to grow their business. Bill, who was in Harvard University, dropped out in his sophomore year, and in 1974, both were working for Honeywell Corporation. Despite Allen's major contributions to Microsoft, in 1982, he overheard Gates and Steve Ballmer, who is responsible for the business side of the company, talking about Allen's diminishing contribution and how they could dilute his equity. Allen called them out to quit the company a while later this incident. Bill wanted to buy Allen of his stock holding at $5 a share. Allen wanted $10, to which Gates refused, resulting in Allen keeping his stock and making almost $20 billion. Next up, Xanadu 2.0. Even though Bill Gates had his share of difficulties, he's been rewarded for his software genius with a net worth of $124 billion as of 2021. He's not known for splashing out on crazy expensive purchases. Unlike Paul Allen, who owned the Seattle Seahawks, had a collection of vintage warplanes, and made a rock and roll museum in Seattle that contains lots from his collection. Gates does not have such hobbies, but he did go all out on an insane house located on Lake Washington. The 6,600 square foot property is called Xanadu 2.0. Though Bill Gates does not seem like a gym person, he built a 2,500 foot fitness center complete with a trampoline room. The coolest part about this is that it has crazy smart home technology that no one will have for another 40 years. Every guest who enters is given a pin. That pin interacts with sensors around the house that will adjust the surroundings based on the person's taste in music and lighting. Bill Gates was already ahead of the others in touchpad technology, since he's already had a pad in every room to control the temperature since 1995. Also within the walls of the mansion is Codex Leicester, Leonardo da Vinci's notebook, which Gates bought for $30.8 million. Next up, give it away. Aside from his lavish home, Bill Gates does give out a lot of money. Before their 2021 divorce announcement, Bill and Melinda Gates often topped the Forbes list of the most philanthropic people. In just 1 year, the Husband and Wife Foundation gave away $2.6 billion towards fighting malaria, polio, and other diseases, while donating tons to the World Health Organization. They are also said to have given nearly $50 million to the International AIDS Vaccine Initiative. The Gates Foundation also gives away millions in college scholarships and other educational causes. They have given nearly $1 billion out to scholarships to minority students, and it also set up a Cambridge scholarship program with a trust of $210 million. Altogether, Bill and Melinda Gates have donated nearly $30 billion. Next up, the Gates fortune. People might think that the Gates kids must be getting ready for their sick billion-dollar inheritance. Unfortunately, Bill Gates does not think that his kids should inherit the majority of his wealth. Bill Gates said that each child will get $10 million. Luckily, his kids reportedly agree with his thrifty inheritance plan and are happy that the money will go to help those in much greater need. Next up, Bill Gates' weird skill. Gates may not seem to be the sportiest person around, but that necessarily does not mean that he completely lacks physical ability. In an interview in 1994, the journalist asked if the rumor of Bill's ability to jump over a chair or not is true. Gates happily admitted that the rumor is true and that he can indeed jump over chairs. To illustrate this talent, Gates was happy to jump over a regular office chair on national TV. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon for more content just like this. We'll see you all in the next one.